noticed how not everybody has to do mental gymnastics? Like some people, you know which ones? The ones that if you look at 100 million people, we'd all know who they are. They just it's like they come up with a statement. It's like an invoice, right? That's the narrative. Then people uh, do the mental gymnastics for it to explain what they're trying to do to activate. So like Joe Biden says that Trump wants to defund the police, right? Forget about, how you feel about this, whether or not that's right or wrong, true or false. Forget about all that shit. Why they even say it? Joe Biden is old. He's like dementia, right? That's it. So you kind of feel bad for him, right? I know there's a lot of people laughing at him and everything. I mean, he's been a shit his whole life, right? But he's old now. You gotta feel sorry for him, even if he's been a shit, even if he's been useless, right? Even if he never contributed anything, now he's old. Okay, as long as he's not some kind of fucking molester. Otherwise, fuck him. But I don't know that. Like all I know is he's creepy. Like they say like old, you have an old uncle. You know what I'm saying? The uncle is a creepy uncle. Okay, so I mean, village raper or whatever. They kind of like you can kind of sympathize. Anyways, there are people acting like it's not cruel. Like to keep him going. His wife is sick. Joe Biden's wife is sick. Like he's dementia, but she's fucking. This is. It's not about my opinion. I'm not trying to besmirch anybody's opinion. Like it's not. I don't want to rationalize and argue and beat around the bushes forever about whether or not he wants to defund the police. Okay. Like he's just will say anything. How about that? It's not him that's in the streets saying defund the police. So if it's his supporters, am I going to be like, oh no, he wants to because his supporters are saying this right now? No, he'll just say anything. How about that? How about that? He's not a supporter of jack shit. These people are not active. They're not activated. You know. Um. So like, he said, like we're gonna ban fracking. No, we're not gonna ban fracking. Yes, we are gonna. There's not gonna be any like. All he has to do is make a statement that's an invoice and call for. It's like that they talk about calling for people are calling for this, calling for that. They need people to do some mental gymnastics. They're not. I'm not going to do all that. These people will toe this party line on their own. I've seen them do it. I'm not even saying that they should stop it. I don't participate in that shit. I've seen them just towing it, and they have license to say these things like, "Oh, Donald Trump doesn't. He wants to stop the election. He doesn't want to have an election." Donald Trump. Well, I mean, why would he want to not fight his fight if fighting his fight he's gonna win? You know what I'm saying? If I'm learning new things every day, and if let's say I'm not a good ukulele player, I suck. You can't say that I'm always gonna suck. If I'm learning something every day, then eventually I'm gonna win fighting my fight, no matter what. You just, like, but you could look at him now. It sounds like shit. He's a shitty player. You fucking asshole. Get out of here. But you should know that someone who who's like one-sidedly gonna defeat his opponent in debate would want to debate. So what are they just doing? Saying this shit to be like, yeah, aren't you mad that I said that? Don't you want like violence or something like? I mean, well, no, not violence, but you could still be a bitch. You can be a bitch without violence. And they're still acting like they're better. Like you're some kind of asshole. Like, just live your fucking life. Like, what do you get distracted on some shit? You're not fighting your fight, and you're gonna lose. You're getting woken. You're gonna lose, but It's not. You shouldn't get woke. You should get balanced. You're not gonna regulate jack shit if you're not balanced. Even people woke. I see. There's woke people walking around here that I don't trust. Woke people. I wouldn't let my kids. If I have kids, I wouldn't let them go to their house. There's woke people that are irritating. There's woke people that are depressing. There's a lot of woke people. Woke people. You don't can't put jack. Can't trust a woke person's not gonna be a fuck ass. He's not gonna be a shite. But balance is another thing because you can't get you know what I'm saying. You don't arrive at being a balanced individual by a lot of fuck little Jonathan fuck shit, shady, fucking trying to feed off people emotionally bankrupt shit. Like even there's people that are I admire that are good at certain things and they don't accelerate in everything because they're still acting like an assholes. Even I take pointers from them some, but I separate things. I know what they excel at, and I'm not gonna throw out the baby with the bathwater. Right, but I can't stop them from throwing out the baby with the bathwater if they want to suffer because they didn't pay a little bit closer attention to what they were looking at. Like people could save themselves a lot of pain if they just paid a little bit more attention to what they're reading or listening to. And you don't have to read books. I'm not telling you to go out and read books a lot. If you did, if you do, because if you're like not a Christian, then there's no like, let's say, if you want to do something that was like outside of the tenets of Christianity, that they something that they don't supposed to do within reason. I don't know what like. Let me get see. Let me see. Let's say you want to work on Sunday. Right? I never told anybody that I was gonna keep the Sabbath holy by not working. I never told anybody that, so I don't feel guilty. If I was telling people that, then I would feel because I always built that up. You know,